Okay, let's get going. Where did we leave off? So we got a working list of config items here. So at the very least, we can start hooking these up to the existing Timekeeper input element. So there's these Timekeeper input fields that we're going to need to wire this into. And so this is the input that everything's going to be based off of. This is going to need to turn into one of those model views that we used in the on our settings page. So here's this main activity model. We're probably going to need to extend this. Let's see what happens when I do this. I've got things here. Preference data store. Oh, okay. The question is how do I handle this? Okay, the preferences data store was what was recommended by Tasker's example. So if we look at, let's take a look at the dynamic input one in a moment. That's basic. Just trying to find an example here that, oh, here we are. Okay, so maybe I don't need to override that shared preferences thing in the preferences data store. I wonder why I did that. I get rid of this. Okay, so some stuff breaks in here, but let's see what breaks. Oh, okay, so because I made this as a preference fragment, that's why it required it. But I'm getting rid of that, so that's an okay break. Okay. Let's just get rid of the overrides for now, recognizing that they're not being called. Just make that null for now. Okay. And it doesn't like the fact that this is not a preferences data store, which is fair. Okay. So we're going to need to change this. So this preference data manager kind of trickles through all of this. Tasker doesn't seem to care. So that's good. Now I do need to feed these in to our view model properly. So if we take a look at our main activity for a moment, we can take a look at the model that we created for it. So we have a mutable state flow for each of them. And then we have state flows for each of them. Wish we could separate these out. Okay. So let's create the mutable state flows for these first. Oops. Okay, and now we can create the state flows themselves. How do we do this? Workspace ID state, we'll just call it for now. Workspace ID dot add state flow. Expecting it to be nullable. That should handle that, and so boom. Okay, so we've got the view model now, so we should be able to tie this into our display. Now I do need to create on methods for when those change so that we can update the values. So this feels like there's got to be some sort of extension for this. Like, I wonder if Lombok exists. This feels perfect for Lombok. Okay, well, those are the helpers. Don't need those anymore. Now, in order to use these, we do need to look at our main activity. This is a component activity, so we're covered there. We do need to get the models. Start time entry input. Give an uncreate. The super is fine. We have some checks here that are not required for our input code here. We don't care about the drawer, and we don't think we care about this coroutine. I think this is all for the this is all for the menu. But we do get the values of those by collecting a state. So we have to put these within set content. By view model dot workspace ID dot collect it as maybe this is an import extension. Nope. Okay. Oh right, I named them state. This is an extension function. There we are. State string has no method get value. Okay, let's make sure that we're doing this correct. View model, and this is an instance of start time entry input. And we get this is a state flow, which we have here. It is that, okay. Okay, and I remember running into something like this previously as well. So we have to declare this, the type of it. The value of this is the type string by view model, which references view models, okay. We're getting the state and we're saying collect as state. Oh. We just missed an extension function. Okay. Okay, so we've got our 3 variables. We can start bringing these into the config list. Maybe I make each one of these list items just its own function to pass into, and then we can abstract some of this up a little bit higher. Maybe we do that. Okay. Yeah, let's start moving some of these out, and then we can start customizing each of the options. So, refactor. Workspace. Okay. Oh, full screen. There's a refactor option for this. Oh, it's M. Okay. Yeah, there we are. I'm going to leave these other ones here for now because they're not really not doing anything with them just yet. And we're going to inline this. Okay, let's start with the workspace setting. Okay, so then the supporting content here, I mean, this is, we'll make it the ID for now. Oops. Just call and have a ternary operator. Okay, so now we go, yeah. I really just want to like massage something. If null, then default values. Defaulting non-null. Okay. Not really. Not really. I don't need those. Okay. Ah, If then foldable, here we are. That's what I was looking for. We do have an option for that. Okay. So we have the ID displaying. That's not particularly useful in itself, and also we can't select a value. So I think what we need to do here is there's some sort of wrapper which will be like a click handler. Interaction, no. Okay, well, if we let's look at a switch, because the switch is going to have it in there. So there's the on. Switch impl. There's a box. Really, we can just look for the on. Where's the on value change? I think that might be what we want to look for. Yeah, on checked change. Box the modifier. Okay. So maybe it's the modifier that ends up getting used. On click listener. This is old. We'll have to take a look at that. He just needs to run to the washroom. I'll be back. Okay. Get back to it. So it looks like we've got within, this had a list that way, but I think this is not the way to do it because this is still using, this is old school. I want Jetpack Compose. No, maybe it gets tied to the handling user interactive. Would be a good place to check. This might come out as I see modifier.clickable, so that's probably where I would end up doing it. Either I would attach it to a column or something, but yeah, definitely the approach is going to be much different. Or it will be different. Let's see if we can... That's still that one there. Okay. Workspace setting. We get a modifier on this. Yeah. Clickable. Where? Okay, so we need an interaction source if I did that. I also had this other one here. Let's see what this gets me. Let's just get like a toast display. Yoink. I don't have a context in here. I might have application context. I do. Okay. Let's just see if we can even get this. Now the settings fragment, where is this command to play? Because I don't need this anymore. Now support fragment manager. Okay, I don't care about this, I don't think. Yeah, this is the old school. Ooh. Big vehicle came by. Felt the whole house shake. So this whole thing kind of goes away. Now this it's referenced in the Android manifest. So let's slap the 3 on that, and so we can get to our new one. Now the action bar I would also need to account for here as well, so we can build back. Let's get this in now so we don't end up soft blocking ourselves. Top bar, top app bar. Now I do want the back button to go back for this. What do we got available here? I wonder if we get this by default. The navigation icon I might need to specify. Okay, so these are all the wrappers. I was just seeing if we got one that already exists. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, let's just see how that goes. We've got a bunch of stuff that we can just delete here for now. We'll need to take care of that eventually, but we don't need it for this test. One, we need to make sure this actually builds. It should build. And then we need to see, hey, can we actually get something? I think I actually need to cold boot my... I'm just using the Tasker development trial for this. And I should have... a copy of the Tasker APK here that I'll just drag in. Ook. That's that installed. Allegedly. There it goes. Tasker full experience. Yes, we accept the terms. Okay. Oh. Did that. Okay. So now we can install our app and run it. Then we should be able to create a task within here. We're not doing anything with this yet, so I don't need to worry about putting my API key in there. I wish this version didn't always bring up the oh my god, okay. Oh, okay, we need to restart Tasker because it doesn't know about it yet. Stop reminding. Nag, nag, nag. Oh, not there. What gives? Should be. Take a look at our manifest to make sure we're not doing anything weird. I don't think so. We'd only change that. I should have at least seen the other parts of the app come through. Let's restart both of them. Stop. Maybe it just needs to recognize that it's there. I've always run into this issue. There we are, Timekeeper, start time entry. It showed up. That's better than I was expecting. Got it. Okay, all right, we have something. So now I need a dialogue with a list of the workspaces. Dialogues. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So I don't want an alert dialog. I actually want to like collect data. Okay. That should be okay. These are assist chips. So this is a basic dialogue, and there's 2 buttons there. So at the very least, we're able to collect that input. But I mean, this full screen dialogue obviously has inputs as well. So let's take a look at perhaps the spec have something for this. That's the container itself. Guidelines, okay. Ah, okay. We could use a menu. I don't know, I kind of want this to be disruptive. Yeah, no, we don't want a menu. This is what we want. We want a basic dialogue. Okay. So here's the alert dialog. We got on dismiss request. We don't want confirm button. We'll need that. Now this doesn't actually have any sort of means of communicating back. a little bizarre. I think that's effectively what I want, just in a... Okay, when a full screen dialog is closed without being saved, a basic dialog appears in front of it. To confirm the settings should be discarded, so we can... Dialog windows. No. Scrolling. Okay, that's fine. I'd like them to provide I want them to provide one of these as an example. Like this, I would love to see the code for it. Alert dialog, date picker dialog. Okay, so a top level alert dialog has just content. Okay. We can at least get this to pop up. Let's start with that. We're going to need a mutable state address. So let's get that in first. We can get rid of our main activity because we ported that all over. Oh, we need to wrap this in a remember. Import function remember. Okay, so we should be able to say when this is clicked, we say open dialog equals true. Maybe? There we are. Okay. And then we need if open dialog. Assuming, yeah, dot value. Okay, so we need alert dialog. In on dismiss request, which we can set to open dialog value equals false. What else does this take? So that's the bare minimum up top, and that's exactly the same thing that they were doing there. We can create a surface. Column. In fact, let's just grab this. Let's start with this. Import surface. We want materials 3. Yep. Wrap. There's the extension methods. Extension functions. We can import alert dialog defaults. Surprised we don't have integer.dp imported. Okay. That that apparently worked. So let's get this rebuilt and redeployed, and let's see what happens when it shows up. Let's see if we can click on it. Hey, it showed up. Okay. A nice little animation to it. Well, okay, nothing fancy. We need to get a scrollable list in here so we can list off the workspace IDs, the workspaces. If I click outside of it, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Lists. Let's take a look at lists. This style of list I'm going to want at some point. For the projects, because the projects can have like a client and whether or not they're billable by default, like you kind of need extra information with them. Preview button. Let's start with this because this is going to give us a little bit more generic of an experience first, and that's okay. We don't have anything special that gets tied to workspaces. This is what I want. I want to see this. Okay. Okay. This is where we were looking already. Okay. So we can use the workspace IDs that we have available. I suppose we could have taken a look at the previous code for that. Let's just diff the previous version. Show the current revision. No, that's not what I want. I want to where are we getting the list of workspace IDs? That workspace settings. Okay, so we get the workspace settings. And we build out the list of projects from it. So at least to start, we could make the API call to get the workspaces on the click and populate the list. Okay. So now we need a list of the workspaces available in here. So that's our selected workspace from the radio list. We'll need to feed that back into the view model eventually, but that would be on confirmation. Then we need to have a list of the workspaces. We need to populate the alert dialog with that. Val works. This would be a variable. I suppose it could be a mutable state of. Can I just put an empty list in there for now? Something like that? No. Array dot empty. Oh, it's literally a list. Okay. Creating a mutable state object with a mutable collection type. Is it going to make a recommendation? No, it won't. Okay. We may have to come back to that. We also need to populate that value somehow. Okay, we have some to-dos for next time, but we actually have this showing up within Tasker, which is a big step forward. So that's where we're going to call it today. We're going to get this producing actual content tomorrow. Cool, that's it. We'll see you then.